musically.
Hello and welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing today? How was your weekend? How was your week? Is your week off to a good start? I hope it is. Mine ain't too bad. I'm blessed, right? Blessed by the best, right? But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate y'all. Um, Definitely looking forward to this episode. All right. But anyway, I hope you all had a fantastic week. Thank you so much for joining me. Whether you're watching me live on Facebook, whether you are listening to the replay, you know I love you. I love you and I appreciate you. All right, y'all. So anyway, we are up to the 75th episode, y'all. 75 episodes, right? And we're going to get into it. This is going to be really participatory today, right? And y'all going to understand why in a minute. But anyway, y'all know before I get into it, do me a favor. If you are watching this on Facebook, hit that comment section real quick. I just want to make sure that we all connected because sometimes, y'all know how this, I think Mercury is still in retrograde. So you know how it is. Sometimes it just ain't right. But anyway, if you're watching from Facebook, please let me know. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead and do my spiel. Y'all know I got to do my spiel on today. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. Now, y'all should be liking, subscribing across all platforms. YouTube is Relationship Soup, period. You got to put the period in there, right? If you don't put the period, you're going to be somewhere else, right? If you want to join the forum, it's Relationship Soup Group. Ain't no period on that one. You just put the Relationship Soup Group. So come on and join. There's been some really interesting conversations in there lately. If you want to follow me, it's Relationship Soup LLC. And y'all already know what I'm going to say. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. The greeting cards. Hey, listen, if you need some greeting cards or whatever, I just had a birthday. So thank y'all. I know I thanked y'all last week, but I'm still getting the love, right? It's almost Leo season. But I mean, Cancers, we just real special. But anyway, so hit up relationshipsoup.com for your greeting cards. All right, so let's see here. I see your comments already. I see the comments already. What's up, Desiree? What's up, beautiful? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, right? And I look forward to seeing you. I can't wait to meet you. All right, so let's see here. Lee Bennett, what's the science? Listen, let me go ahead and put that link so y'all can come on in the studio. If y'all want to get in the studio, you feel me? Come on in this here studio. You feel me? It's plenty of room. It's plenty of room in the studio. Y'all want to join me? Let me go ahead and put that out there. It's in the link. It's StreamYard and that little code at the end. So just hit that, follow the links, and get on in here, right? All right, so let's see here. Yes, you gotta hit it up. Hey, the t-shirts, all of that, hit it up, right? And if you local, we can arrange something. Tyron Joe, what's the science? How are you, Tyron? You ready for tonight? Listen, Tyra, I'm really interested in what you got to say. I mean, I'm interested in everybody, right? You know, I love my listeners, right? But tonight, we about to get into some old school wisdom. All right, y'all, let me share this with y'all. All right, so boom. Let me share what tonight's episode is going to be about. All right, boom. One of these days, I'll join. One of these days. Yes, Tyron, you must. And again, when you're ready for me to come on your podcast, let me know. I'll be looking at the inbox. I ain't got no notifications yet, so let me know. All right, boom, y'all. So now that we didn't got through the whole spiel and everything, you already know the links and all that. So this is the 75th episode. And again, thank you all for your support. Because if it wasn't for you, it wouldn't be no me. I'm just saying. All right, so this episode is called The Advice That Raised Us, Timeless or Tired, right? Hear me out, hear me out. All right, so listen. Now, tonight, you remember what the aunties, uncles, grandmama and them said, the OGs from the block, right? They didn't all gave us advice, mama and daddy and them, right? So tonight we're going to actually look at it because I mean I'm sure we grew up hearing it all, right? Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. A man ain't supposed to cry. I'm about to say cry. You ain't supposed to cry. Y'all know y'all ain't supposed to cry. Keep it in the family, right? Always keep a little $20 in your purse and all that. You know all those different sayings, right? And hit the chat. Let me know some of the ones and let's look at them, right? So anyway, do these old school gems still hold weight, right? Or are we just recycling outdated thinking? Let's think about that. Let's think about that, right? So tonight, I'm calling in the culture, y'all, for a breakdown of old school advice that shaped us, that raised us, right? So whether it came from grandma's kitchen when you getting your little press and curl, you holding down your ear or whatever, to the barbershop, because I know brothers, not brothers, brothers, y'all be in the barbershop and y'all be talking about some stuff, or whether it came from the block, because I mean we all can, remember the OGs on the block. So whether you was raised by Big Mama, coached by Uncle Ray, this episode is for you. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to have some real talk and tips about the stuff that we was raised on, the wisdom that we learned along the way. You know, we're going to talk about stuff that can help you unlearn what may or may not still serve you and still honor the stuff that may still serve you. So what I want y'all to do, drop y'all favorite saying in the comments, right? What did grandmama or grandpapa and them say, right? They done told y'all something, right? Keep that extra $20 in your bra, ladies. You remember when the auntie were reaching that big old bra and grab that $20, right? It's jokes. I'm being funny, humorous, but let's actually look at it. So drop your favorite saying in the comments and tell us if it's gospel or time to retire it. So now listen, this is how I'm gonna do this, right? Because y'all probably think I'm gonna talk all night. No, I'm gonna talk, but we gonna have a conversation. Y'all gonna be interactive with me tonight. Y'all been doing so well. So check this out. All right, so listen up. Now, okay, y'all, I got the DMs and texts and all that stuff, even the phone calls. Y'all know who y'all are. Man, the true false game be going quick. You don't even really be getting into it. Man, I didn't know y'all like the true false like that. So listen. Tonight, we are going to have the true false all night. But what we're going to do is we're going to do whether it's timeless or tired. So basically, I'm going to go through all these this wisdom, this advice that we've been given. And in the chat, I'm going to ask y'all, is it tired or is it timeless, right? Was this really traumatic? Did this cause some of the advice cause some trauma, right? Is this applicable to your relationships? Did it work out for you? We're going to get into all of that, right? So anyway, so grab your tea, your drink, your truth, and your trauma because we're about to get into it tonight. So get ready. We're going to laugh. We're going to have raw and healing conversation. Y'all ready? Y'all ready to get it? Y'all ready? All right, that's what's up. All right, so let's see. Got to keep a 20. Listen, you got to keep that 20. You hear me? You got to keep that 20. You hear me? Blood not thicker than water. That's a big one. How many of y'all heard that? Blood thicker than water. But do it really be thicker? Sometimes it be feeling like hella thin. You feel me? It be feeling hella thin. Nowadays, 100. Listen, Lee Bennett, I get it. And there's a couple of these, Leah. I cannot wait to see your response on because I already know how I feel like you're gonna move. You feel me? I already feel like I know. Mawanda Woodson, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's the chemistry? How you doing, beautiful? Derek Norris, forget them old heads. Say they do whatever you want. Okay, so Derek, I got a feeling that I know that you probably gonna say that some of this stuff is tired. So this is what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna prompt y'all. We're gonna like decide whether this advice is timeless or tired. All right. Leah says, "What's up, Derek?" Dimitri, thank you so much for joining me. Get in the studio, Dimitri. I'll be seeing you on here. It be letting me know Dimitri is watching. Why don't you ever join me in the studio, Dimitri? That's all I'm saying. What you sipping tonight? Okay, Tyron. This is what I'm sipping tonight. A nice bottle of alkaline water. That's what I'm on tonight, right? Because I be feeling like I need to cleanse sometime. You feel me? Life be life, and I be needing to declutter and cleanse. You feel me? So that's what we doing. What you sipping on tonight, Tyrant? What you sipping on? Let me know. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into it. I do see I got somebody in the studio. So anyway, Derek says blood is very thin these days, but so are people's skin. Listen, I tell you what, yeah, that's true. And I don't know, but let me tell y'all something. Okay, I promise I'm gonna get into it. Y'all, I got a sunburn, y'all. Do you? I got a whole sunburn. So does that mean that my skin thin? You know, I'm thinking I'm getting all nice and toasted, and it's got a straight sunburn. So does that mean my skin thin? A little bit. The best drink, yes, yes. I got my alkaline water, a little key lime. You can't really tell, but a little key lime in here. You got to make that water good. Water good, 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 good. Every, every birds that got a flag. Oh, you hear me? All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. So again, we're diving into this old school wisdom, right? Passed down by aunties, or some say aunties, uncles, and big mama and them. Is it still relevant or should it be retired? So listen, now this is going to be timeless or tired. I'm going to basically share one of the little wisdoms, right? I'm going to share some wisdom and then put it in the chat, timeless or tired. And so we'll just kind of talk about it. And that's what we're going to do tonight. This is going to be our true false tonight. I'm just saying. Water is, yes, water is life. You feel me? Water is definitely life. Get you some shea. Listen, shea butter. And I made this little remedy the other day, Tyron. Right. Grandmama and them ain't shared this one. I saw this one on, I forgot. I was watching somebody YouTube channel. And so I got some shea butter and I blended it with some aloe. But let me tell you about aloe right quick. Like, I don't know if you do this, but like, I buy the aloe, the little aloe leaves or whatever, right? And so I used to just straight up, I get the aloe, I wash it off a little bit. You feel me? Like you would do fruits and vegetables, and then I would just put it on. But sometimes, like I would be feeling like my skin would be irritated, right? So this is what I learned, Ty. You got to soak the aloe overnight. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that y'all had to soak the aloe overnight, or so that you don't get that reaction, that itchy reaction? I'm just saying. So anyway, right on for that, Tyron. I do got some shea butter that I got from a local health food store, and I got my little aloe, and I did a little blend, and so yeah, because listen, the sister kind of burnt. I'm loving this brown though. You feel me? I love my brown. I mean, I love whatever complexion I am, but this brown though, y'all see that? Y'all see that brown? That ain't even no filter. You feel me? I'm just saying. No matter where you go, put on lipstick. All right, y'all, let's look at that because I heard that before. You got to keep it together. So no matter where you go, put on lipstick. Is that tired or timeless? What y'all think? You're not deviating from Big Mama's remedies. Big Mama probably would have said put some butter on it. Or was that a burn? Remember Big Mama them put when you got burned? Because like I got a few little burns. Like I got a burn. I don't know. I just be getting burnt with hot stuff. That is. Let me make sure that I put that out there before somebody be cutting up me talking about I didn't got burnt. Look, I didn't got burnt, and I did put some butter on that. Y'all see that? But it was like from a few years ago, and it's still looking fresh. One of my favorite old school quotes is "Everybody cloud has a silver lining." That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this, y'all. All right. All right. So let's see here. All right. What y'all think about this one? I'm gonna go ahead. I even got the little parentheses, right? All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the chat, and I'm gonna share it with y'all. I'm gonna share it. Tell me what y'all think. It's gonna be fun. All right. I know it's a little delay. Yeah, it's a real delay. All right. Boom. So the first one, y'all, is this timeless or tired? Am I frozen in time? Because I'm seeing where I'm getting an error message or whatever. So let me know if I'm frozen. But anyway, it says a woman should always have her own stash of cash. What y'all think? Is that timeless or tired? Is that relevant? What y'all thinking? What y'all think? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. So is it timeless or tired? Look, true or false? What y'all think? Bree says it depends on each individual situation. Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. Should a woman always have her own stash of cash? What y'all think? Ladies, y'all be having y'all own stash of cash? I do be keeping, I do really be trying to keep that 20 sometimes. I remember my daddy used to say that, you got to keep a little 20 on you, little girl. So I guess, so what y'all think? All right. So let's look at this, y'all. So let's look at it like this. And y'all think about your own lives because this is going to be different for everybody, right? It's going to be totally different for everybody. Okay, I see you, Tyron. Timeless, yes. Please keep some bread on you because the credit card machine might be down. That's fair. That's fair. Sometimes them ATMs and stuff do be down. Sometimes, you know, I mean, we've learned a lot. And I know y'all be watching those YouTube videos and those different reels. I don't even want to get all conspiracy theory on you right now. What if it's a blackout? So what y'all think? So why this is timeless? Let's look at this. So financial independence equals emotional freedom and security. You got some independence, right? So why it's tired, it can foster distrust and secrecy instead of partnership and transparency. Like, and I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard this, like, you know, ladies. And I got some for the men. It's not just one side. And brothers, if you heard this too, chime in. Like that you should always have your own stash that nobody knows about, right? Ladies, y'all heard that? So anyway, like so if you feel whether you feel like this is timeless or tired and you want to learn or unlearn it, look at it like this. Unlearn. If you do this, unlearn secrecy, honor financial, preparedness and open communication, right? I don't know. What y'all think? Because to me, personally, I feel like transparency and being prepared equals empowerment and not paranoia. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. So, all right. I know there's a little delay. So, let's go to another one. All right. So, is this timeless or tired? I'm just going to put it all together. All right. I'm going to share this other one. Timeless or tired? Let me show this one. Never let a man see you sweat. That's the audience poll. What y'all think? Timeless or tired? Ladies, should a man see you sweat? What y'all feel? Whether it's at the gym or whatever, you gonna let a man see you sweat? What y'all think? So I will give y'all some time to think about that. Wow. Let's dissect that for a moment. Have y'all heard that? I've heard it. I heard that before. Have y'all heard that? I'm just saying. All right, so let's see here. All right, so let's look at it like this. All right, so why this can be timeless. All right, so it is important to be a babe in total control of your emotional self, right? That could be the acronym for a bitch, right? Babe in total control of her emotional self. So emotional regulation protects your power and dignity, right? You should be in control of your emotions, right? But why this is tired, okay, let's look at it from this perspective and tell me what y'all think. Chime in. So basically, it can be tired because suppressing vulnerability can isolate you from an authentic connection, right? I think a lot of us want authentic connection, right? I'm just saying. And so if you gotta, be keeping it in, are you really being truthful? Are you really performing in the sense that you not being your true self because you don't want this man to see you sweat? I'm just saying what y'all think. I see you tonality. Timeless, we're human. Okay, I like that. I like that. I know, Tyron, I do be a little funny sometimes. Just a little bit. All right, y'all. So unlearn and learn tips. So I would say honor being authentic, right? And also, be in control of your emotions, right? Power doesn't always come from silence. It doesn't. Although silence is powerful, it really is. Sometimes it comes from saying, "Hey, I'm hurt and I need support." You feel me? And hopefully, if it's in a relationship setting or if it's in a friendship, familyship, or whatever, you got the space, the safe space to be able to do that. "Hey, I'm hurt. You hurt me." Mark Lee. What? Mark Lee, you on the outside? You ain't behind stage tonight? Thank you, Mark Lee. Hello, hello, hello to you. Don't cry all the time, but be authentic. Absolutely. And that's one thing. Like, balance is everything. You know, balance is everything to me. What y'all think? Are we still celebrating? Yes. July's not over. I know that it is almost Leo seasons, and I like Leos, right? Leos are really can be really fun. But listen, July, hey, listen, it's still our time. So yes, I'm still celebrating. I am still celebrating. Being authentic breeds genuine connection and is the catalyst to real relationships. Absolutely. I just think that sometimes people can be so guarded in relationships, and I get it. I truly get it. Right? I'm preaching to the choir. But what about being authentic and real? Right? I'm just saying. Y'all in the Leo. That's okay. That's all right. Hey, a Leo ain't gonna have no reason getting by because of Cancer. I'm gonna let you do it. Leo, y'all can have it. You feel me? You feel me? I ain't gotta be the center all the time. I'm just saying I ain't gotta hog that space. That's all I'm saying. All right, so y'all, let's look at this one. Let's look at this one. Let's see what is next. What's next? Ugh. Look at this one. Look at this one, y'all. Look at this. All right, brothers, what y'all think? What y'all think? Is this timeless or is this tired? Let me go ahead and bring this up. Keep your business to yourself. Don't vent to your woman. Have y'all heard that? Have y'all heard that? Is that part of the whole soft thing? Did grandpa them keep their business to themselves? Sometimes grandpa did keep his business to himself because grandmama sure ain't know about that other family for a minute. I'm just saying. Am I the only one? I'm just saying. Keep your business to yourself. Don't vent to your woman. Y'all don't be venting to your woman. Y'all don't be letting y'all woman know what's going on. For real? Ain't that part of communication? But she just supposed to be on the outside. Y'all be keeping it to yourself. Tonality says, hell yeah, timeless. Oh yeah. So not talking to your woman is timeless? For real? I mean, I respect it. I just be trying to understand. You feel me? I be wanting to understand it. So what else y'all think? Y'all think this is timeless or tired? What y'all think? What y'all think? All right. So let's look at it like this, y'all. So why it's timeless? It's timeless because it can protect boundaries and roles in a relationship. That's fair, right? That is very fair. But why it's tired, healthy vulnerability builds intimacy. Silence builds walls. Silence builds walls. And I guess it depends on who you with. I guess it depends on who you with, right? I don't want to have to build walls. You feel me? I don't want no wall. Hey, listen. Boundaries is cool. I guess you should have a little, little boundaries, but I don't want no walls where I can't get through. Mark Lee says, Lisa is definitely time. I try, Mark. Listen. That's why I'm up here drinking this key lime and alkaline water right now. You feel me? I be trying to stay timeless. I'm just saying. I do. Hold on. Boy, there we go. And beautiful and charming. I'll take that, Mark. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I figured that I'm gonna be timeless like fine wine. That's what I'm claiming. So Tyron Joe says timeless because in my experience of dating, the things I vented about, the woman did not understand, and then y'all get into a heated argument and she used it against you. I've seen that go both ways. You know what I'm saying? And I think, again, it depends on your situation, right? It can definitely go both ways, right? And let me say something else too, right? Because sometimes when things can come up in a heated argument, sometimes is it really her bringing it up, or is it just a wound that you are associating? Like, is it just a wound that you kind of just like projecting, right? Is she really bringing stuff up, or do you have a wound so deep that what she said just landed kind of funny? It appealed to your pain. You feel me? And now you trying to be like, oh, you trying to bring something up. I'm just saying, Tyron, I just feel like you need to just look at all angles because sometimes, you know, it don't be what you think it is, right? Your feelings don't always be true. I'm just saying it don't. Most people don't show that they value authenticity these days. From what I've seen, you know what? That's ooh, that's a good point, Derek. And I find like people be like, yeah, I want somebody authentic. I want this and that. Woo woo woo. But then when they get it, they don't know what to do with it because it is a lot of fake love. It is a lot of fakeness out here. Faux love. It's a lot of faux love out here. I'm just saying, right? And then like even being conscious, you look around and you see the fantasy and the fakeness, if you will, and everything. And it's a lot of people drinking the Kool Aid, right? Do they really? Some people really don't want nothing real. They won't always had. Some people ain't ready, and that's okay. It depends on the woman. Lisa, it did not have anything to do with the conversation. She brought it up. Okay, then that's real. That's real. That's real. I'm just saying, I just be trying to get perspective. You feel me? Because sometimes it ain't bringing it up. Sometimes it's just that your pain and your wound is so deep, and you just be trying to say, "Oh, yeah, you bring no, that ain't what happened." I'm just saying. All right, so let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Okay, so where else do we want to go with this? I got plenty of these tonight. So what y'all think? What y'all think? Let's look at this one. Oh, it's so many of them. All right, let's see here. All right, let's look at this one, y'all. Is this one timeless or tired? Let's look at this one. All right, boom. Let's see here. You can't make a man do right if he ain't ready. Is that timeless or tired? What y'all thinking? And same for a woman. So you can put woman in there too. What? What Tyron? Mark Bailey? Mark? Whatever, Tyron. That's a habit. That's a habit. That's a habit. Some women will weaponize what you say in confidence. That's very true. That is very true. Definitely both ways. That is definitely both ways. True. Whatever, Tyron. Whatever. If you be looking at my little like podcast or whatever, you'll see I'm always kind of fixing something. I'm just saying you gotta pay attention. What y'all think? All right, so let's see here. So why this is timeless. You can't force readiness. Emotional maturity can't be rushed. You can't. Sometimes if people ain't ready, they just ain't ready. You can't force it. But why it that's why it's timeless, okay? But why it's tired. It can be an excuse to stay stuck in toxic situations too long, waiting on potential. So, what I would say, honor what complements your growth. You know what I mean? So, and love doesn't always fix readiness. Readiness, alignment does. Alignment is so important. Like for me, alignment on every level. That's what I'm looking for. It ain't gotta be perfect, just alignment. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm very observant. Yes, you are, Tyron Joe. That Pisces, y'all very observant. Timeless people value what they value, and it's not always who values them. Ooh, okay, Derek. Derek, you need to be in this studio with me. You need to be in this studio. Divine alignment is there. Absolutely, it is. Absolutely, it is. And sometimes when divine alignment happens, sometimes it is. You got to be ready for that. You got to be ready. All right, so let's see here, y'all. Let's go ahead and continue. Let's see here. There's so many of these. Let's see, let's see. What y'all think about this one? Is this timeless or tired? What y'all think? All right. So let's see. Okay, so what you won't do, another man slash woman will. Is that timeless or tired advice, y'all? What y'all think? Have y'all heard that? I know that y'all have heard that on both sides, right? What you won't do, another person will. You can put in man or woman, however you want to do that. What y'all think? Is that timeless or tired? What y'all think? Y'all think it's some truth to that? Just curious. Give y'all a moment to think about that. What you won't do, another man slash woman will. I'm gonna leave that up there for like another second. I see y'all comments coming in. I'm just saying, is that timeless? But did grandmama, did auntie and them get that right? Did OG tell you right with that? What y'all think? Tyron Joe says timeless and you laugh. Nichelle, what's up, fellow Cancer? What's up, beautiful? Timeless. That's timeless. You feel like that's timeless. Timeless, timeless, timeless. All right, so listen to this. Why this can be considered timeless, y'all. It encourages effort and being intentional in relationships. Okay, I can see that. And why it's tired, it could possibly create insecurity and fear-based behavior, whether rather than healthy boundaries. Y'all think about that? Let me read that again. Creates insecurity and fear-based behavior rather than healthy boundaries. Does that create fear? Does it? What y'all think? Tyron says it tonality says it depends, but people forget about the 80-20 rule. Okay, okay, all right. Derek says tired because of how it's interpreted or applied today. I can see that. Ooh, I can see that. I can see that. Absolutely. Be weaponized a little bit. So basically, learn and unlearn. So if you feel like this serves you or if it don't, look at this. Unlearn competition, honor connection, and standards. That's just where I'm at. Look, listen. This is just how I feel. Can I tell y'all how I feel? All right, I'm gonna tell y'all anyway. So for me, I'm not worried about no competition at the end of the day because I feel like what's mine by divine right gonna be mine. If he's mine, then he mine. He can't be touched. And it it just is what it is. That's just how I feel, right? But if he ain't, then I can't be worried. You feel me? I don't want to be compared, and I'm not gonna be competing, right? The only person I'm gonna compete with myself is myself to be better. That's it. I'm not competing with no other woman. For what? For what? I just feel like what's yours is yours. Right? That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all. So let's see here. Don't compete, connect, and if you're replaceable over boundaries, it was never love. If I'm replaceable, I guess it was never love, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. So let's look. Let's look. Let's look. Ooh. I think I know what y'all gonna say about this one though. Let me go ahead and bring this one up. All right. So what y'all think? Men don't cry, be strong. Timeless or tired? What y'all feel? I know y'all brothers heard this. Whether it was communicated, right? Or just, you know, how you were raised, whatever. What y'all think? Men don't cry, be strong. Is being strong not crying? What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think? What y'all think? All right, I'm gonna give y'all a second because I know it's a delay. So, and think about your life and how this applies to you. So, why this can be timeless. Stoicism is sometimes seen as strength in adversity, right? I mean, I guess kind of like a time and place, right? And why it's tired, emotional suppression damages mental health and relationships, right? I'm just saying. Tired is strength in crying, absolutely. Fellas, you better cry in private, absolutely. But I feel like, like me personally, I wouldn't mind a man crying in front of me, right? I have had, a lover or two cry in front of me, and I was all right with it. I'm just saying. Just saying. Tired crying is not soft or weakness. I like that, Michelle. I like that. I like that. So I would say unlearn toxic masculinity and myths and honor emotional expression as strength. Tears aren't weakness. I agree with that, Michelle. They're truth with water in it. I like that. Because your body made of water. Hey, Malik. Why don't you ever listen, Malik? You don't never be trying to get in this studio no more. I guess you didn't said you didn't paid your dues with, since them couple little shows you was on. But you can come in this studio and join me in the studio. I'm just saying. All right, so let's see. All right, y'all, let's look at this one. Oh, okay, and I'm gonna get to some more. I'm gonna get to some more because there's so many of these. Tyra, you be laughing at my jokes. What you think, Tweet? What you think, Miss Woodson? What you think? All right, y'all, let's look at this one. Now I know, and brothers, tell me what y'all think about this, okay? All right, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Tell me what y'all think about that. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. What y'all think? What y'all think? Is that the way to your heart? Malik, what you think? The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Is that for real? I'm gonna leave that up there. I know it's a little delay. And Reese, let me know when you're ready to come into the studio. I see you. I see you in this room. So, turn on your camera and give me a nod when you're ready. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I don't mind feeding a man. I'm just saying, I don't mind feeding. What y'all think? My heart is one with the mind. Absolutely. 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 I like that. Indeed. But I'm a foodie, so it ain't, man. Listen. Listen. I think that's the way to my heart. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I do love food though. I do. I love me some food. I know we talking about men, but I'm just saying I love some food. Tired because for me, mental stimulation will make me most almost get down on business. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've even said this myself on even past podcasts and in conversations, even in the soup. I know I've said this before in the soup as well. Like mental for me, like I love an intelligent man. I love that mental piece. It's like kryptonite. Real. Like, ooh, for real? Like use a word I don't know. Like say some concept where I feel like I'm stimulated and challenged. I'm just saying. Man, loyalty is better because I'm grown and I can feed myself. But with that said, Lisa, give me a listen, I'm always up here cooking something. Ladies love pasta and sweets. Pasta do be good. I do like a good sweet too. Though. I cook too. I cook too good to get got that easy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the truth is, it is a lot of brothers that know how to cook. It really is. It is a lot of brothers that know how to cook. So it's like, just saying. All right. So why this is timeless? Food is a powerful cultural connector. Y'all know about soul food and expression of care. Because if I cook for you, you know what I mean, like my family, love, or whatever. Like that's one way that I express love, right? Like I be, I put my, love in it, right? So why it's timeless? Why it's tired? Excuse me. Emotional connection is deeper than meals. Okay. So, maybe unlearn reliance on gestures alone and honor emotional intimacy. Feed the heart first, then the stomach can follow. That's fair. That's fair. All right, so let's see here. Let's see. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What y'all think about this one? What y'all think about this one? What you cooking tonight, Lisa? Oh, you know what I'm gonna do tonight, Tyron? I'm doing some turkey chops tonight. Listen, it's this local store here that I would always get my turkey chops from, but I was like, man, these mugs is always like paper thin, and then you got to get them at the beginning of the week, or you ain't gonna be able to find them. So anyway, I went to the grocery store yesterday. Tired. I found the best looking turkey chops, so I'm gonna cook them tonight. I'm just saying that's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be part of it. All right, so let me see here. And now I'm gonna cook some other stuff with it. Right, I'm gonna cook some other stuff. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. All right, so what y'all think about this one? Is this timeless or tired? And Reese, I'm gonna go ahead and bring you on. Okay, give me a second. All right, so what goes on in this house stays in this house. Have y'all heard that? Did Grandmama and them or somebody tell y'all what goes on in this house stays in this house? What y'all think about that? What y'all think? What goes on in this house stays in this house. Y'all be honoring that? Does that apply to your life now? Or did it work from when you was just a little kid? When you was under somebody's roof? What y'all think? Always. Derek says, I love turkey chops and ribs. They're really turkey tails, but I don't care. Oh my gosh, yeah. Those turkey tips be real good. Turkey chops be so amazing, right? They really do be good. Yeah, Tyron, I'm gonna do it up tonight, Tyron. I'm just saying. So when I get out of here in a few, and I'm about to go in there. I'm about to make it happen. I might even make some gravy. I don't know. We gonna see. I'm gonna make it good. If someone is being harmed, then definitely tired. Timeless. Everyone does not need to know my business. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna bring you on. All right. So why it's timeless? It encourages family loyalty and privacy. Right. So that's fair. I can understand why, daddy was like, hey, we'll go on this house, stay in this house, right? Because that could encourage loyalty and privacy because everybody don't need to know your business. But why it's tired, it can hide trauma and block healing, right? Because sometimes that was said because it was stuff going on in the household that shouldn't have been going on in the household. So it's one of those things where, what stays in here stays in here. What goes on here stays in here. Real? Yeah. So anyway, let's see here. So silence isn't always safety. Safe spaces create stronger families, right? So anyway, I think it's tired because home-based abuse and trauma that stays hidden due to silence. Absolutely, absolutely. It's still some of y'all out there that's still silent about stuff that went on. You probably need to talk to somebody about. Can we be honest? Yes, absolutely. Never stay silent about domestic violence. I mean, you got to be strategic because I'm sure that we've all seen the stories. You got to figure that out. I don't subscribe to being silent about domestic violence and traumatic stuff, molestation, and all that. Like that stuff got to come out. Somebody, no, some help is going to be needed. All right, so coming to the stage.
Hey, hey,
What's going
hey, 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 hey. He's man in the building. He's the man.
on? How are you?
Good. How are you? How are you?
I'm good. I cannot complain. Life is good. Life is good. I can't complain.
So good to see you on this wonderful Tuesday. On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful conversation. And shout out to the sapiosexuals out there. For people don't know who that is,
Yes.
Google that, Google it, Google that. Because I like to look at
Hey,
myself as one of them ones.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Intelligence
So,
is key.
what was that?
I said intelligence is key.
Absolutely. I love it. Listen, and y'all done heard me say this on the podcast. Like, it's nothing. Intelligence, that mental stimulation is everything, right? Because, and I've had this conversation before and stuff like that. And you know what? It's a case by case. Everybody is different. Just because I feel this way, don't mean it's right. Everybody is different. But for me personally, you intelligent, that's a start, right? Because I mean, it's easy. Like it's easy for a brother to lead with his pocket. You know what I'm saying? I meet a lot of men that are
Facts.
doing very well. You feel me? Like, okay,
Facts.
that's cute, right?
That's
That's
facts.
great. That is
Yeah.
great. I am glad that
Yeah.
you got it, brother. And kudos to
Yeah.
you for having it.
Yeah.
That's
It's a
all you
different
got.
level. But that's all. Hey, it's just like physical attraction. If you got the physical attraction part, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, everybody cute. Okay, now that's an inside joke with me and my circle, me and my homegirls. Because I'd
Yo.
be like, "Oh, she's so pretty," or whatever, right? And they'd be like, "Lisa, no, you got your contacts in." I don't know. I be trying to see the beauty in everybody, but I
I,
feel
I get
like
it. I get it.
like I can look at people and I'd be like, "Oh my gosh," like I can see the beauty, right?
Hmm.
But I'm just saying, like to me, every it's easy to be real cute now. It's real easy to
It
be
is.
cute.
It is,
So what
especially
else
with
you got?
filters. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's the
Absolutely.
thing. Like, beauty is more than skin deep. I know that sounds so cliche. And, at the end of the day, when you talk about your aura, your intellect, all those things make you more sexually attractive, as a whole, That's why, I won't just be in the gym. I'll be reading them books too. So the brother out here, trying to be
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, 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 yes,
so
yes. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do, Reese. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on here, okay? And I'm gonna share this.
okay,
Tell me what y'all think, because this
let's
was
go.
actually a conversation that someone brought to me recently.
Okay.
So let me put this across the screen. Date younger women; they're easier to mold. Is this timeless or tired? Date
Mm.
younger women; they're easier to mold. Timeless or tired? What y'all think? What you think, Reese?
I think it's, once again, I know this sounds cliche, but it's a per case basis. It's based on how you're raised. And, I don't care if you're older, younger, older women pass on, bad traits and habits to younger women. So it doesn't matter if, the age is about the mentality, because at the end of the day, it's about your background. What are your values? What do you believe in? So age is nothing but a number, but your mentality goes with you. And if you don't change and reprogram your mind, it don't matter if you're 22 or 52. If you got those bad habits and toxic thoughts, age ain't that a number, baby.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. That makes sense. That makes sense. Let's see here. Tired. Malik says that it's. I'm giggling because some of
Definitely
these
tired.
comments I be knowing the backstory, right? Because like with Malik, it be all these little young things.
Oh, he
They
like
be
the
after my
PYTs.
friend.
What's
Listen, and
PYTs? I see
I'll
you,
be like,
Malik.
"What's wrong with her? She
I
cute."
want to love
No,
you.
no,
Shout out to
I
Malik for the
can't be listening
PYTs.
to. Absolutely. Yeah, and it probably is a case by case because I've heard that. And like I said, I literally just had a conversation about this recently. Somebody brought this conversation to me about, men dating younger, which is a case by case. Same with women dating younger.
Yes.
I was in a situation many moons ago when I was a super young thing. Homie was like 18 years older than me.
Mm.
Listen, 18 years older. I mean, was doing very well, had his own business, was like an orthodontist, right? Had it going on,
Yes.
right? But now I look at it now at this timeless stage, we're like, wait a minute, he would have been 1,000.
Facts. Facts.
Ladies, don't let some of these older men steal your youth. You feel me? Don't be letting some of these older men steal your youth. You feel me? Because some of them is just as bad as the younger ones. Some
Ooh,
of them
ooh,
are
talk
just
about it.
emotionally unintelligent as some of the younger ones. might as well, you know, you got plenty of time to date an older man. But I mean, it's a case by case. I just felt like I
It really is because at the end of the day, age is a number, and you just have to find that divine connection. Sometimes you might find somebody younger or older, but it's based on that spiritual connection. Because
yeah,
you know at this day and age, anybody can look good. We got surgeries and everything. You can be fine in the face, but ugly in your spirit. So
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's the whole thing to me. Like, because again, like I said, I literally just had this conversation, and the whole molding thing, is that really love? You're trying to mold somebody? That's control. Would you say?
yeah,
That's control like hell. You controlling as hell.
yeah.
And it
Now, do you,
almost looks creepy sometimes. So if I see a super older, to each their own, to each their, listen, just because I feel this way don't mean it's true. I'm just talking, but some of y'all look real crazy with these super young. Y'all look like a whole, you know what I'm
daddy?
saying? You look, it be obvious, like,
So do you think that, and I'm sure again this is a per case basis, that there's some grooming, with that, with whether it's the man dating a younger woman or woman dating a younger man? Do you think there's a lot of grooming in that?
I think it can be because I feel like, and it depends. It totally depends, right? Me, I don't like younger men, right? I
Mhm.
like, you got to be at least this timeless or more timeless.
I feel
You
you.
feel
I
me?
feel you.
Like because yeah. So I don't really like younger men, but I
But they
can
be shooting
say that
shot
there
though
is.
still.
Oh, listen. If I showed you my DMs, right? I'd be like, listen, listen. I'm
Send
an
me a
angel.
screenshot. Send me a screen.
That's why I be careful what I like and any and everything because I be liking stuff, and then all of a
Right.
sudden, like the other day, I was minding my own business. I had just post a little story, a little
Okay.
phone call. But anyway, so what was the question? So yes, I do feel like it's some molding in that. And Tyron, I'm gonna get to your question too, because I feel like okay, when you are a certain age, depending on the people, right? Like as a woman, this timeless woman, I'm already gonna have my life lived, my experiences and stuff like that. So if I get a
Yes.
brother that's like, super young, I'm gonna kind of expect for him, you know what I'm saying, to kind of fall in that role. And it seems like it's gonna have to be some type of molding because I feel like in some situations, whether it's, you know, cultural, racial difference or
Hmm.
whatever, age difference, there's some type of molding that happens. I don't know. Maybe that's not the word I want to say, right? And y'all correct me. I don't mind being corrected. I ain't beyond being corrected. I'm just saying. But to me,
Yeah.
it just seems like that be the reason for some men to date younger women. They think, oh, I'm gonna get this fine little thing and mold her because I'm really messed up, right?
Hmm.
And she's not really mature enough to see how messed up I am or whatever. So I'm just gonna mold her. Nah,
Yeah.
baby girl, don't lose your youth. You better use that discernment. Don't let that man take all your youth. That's all I'm saying.
And I agree with you. But do you think that there's a spectrum where it gets on the creep level, or is there like, you know, is there a range where you're like, I can see it, or is it all creepy to you?
I'm just gonna say it, and again, to each their own. To each their own. I listen. I don't know with who your divine connection might be, but to me, if you're in your 40s, what are you doing with somebody in their 20s? Like that could be your whole child. Like you look silly. You look asinine. Okay,
Yeah,
you look
I agree.
crazy. You,
Yeah,
like she's a baby, bro. I, I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
Again, if it
yeah.
comes off judgmental, hey, listen, I'll holler at the creator later, but I'm just saying, like, what are you
Nah,
doing? And
as a
again, it might sound hypocritical because I just shared my little bit, but I'm just saying, like, obviously it didn't work out, right? And to Tyra's question, yes, I did date the orthodontist. I did. I dated him for a little while or whatever, but it just got weird. It's like he was trying to be my daddy. I already had a daddy. My daddy was living then. I ain't need another daddy. You feel me?
absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely.
don't get me
And as
wrong, spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was treated very, very well. Trips, all that
yeah, you
stuff.
got to. Yeah, it's called a sugar daddy.
I,
Uh,
I was a sugar baby.
you were a sugar baby. You're a sugar baby.
I'm
So
just saying, but again,
yeah,
I'm not knocking nobody's experiences, right? I'm just
You know,
saying I might kind of question
and
it.
I
I
share
don't
those
know. It just looks
sentiments.
weird.
No, and I think I share those sentiments because those are things are near and dear to my heart because I'm a girl dad, and for the girl dads, put in a comment if you agree with that because I mean my daughter, she just turned 21, but I'd be damned if some 40-year-old man talk about, hey baby, I'm like, we gonna have some problems. We're gonna have some problems. I'm putting on that orange
Let's,
suit. I'm putting on the orange suit.
orange is gonna be the new black for you, Reese.
Orange is gonna be the
All right,
new
so let's
black.
see.
I'm a rocket.
Let's see here. So Tyron says age ain't nothing but a number. I do not mold. I just teach and uplift. That's fair. Nah, nope. Have fun and move on. Okay, so first half of my life, I date older women, and yes, they tried to groom, and now I date younger women. Okay, I mean, to each their own. Y'all, I'm joking and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And if you have your divine connection, I feel like you come together with people. There's purpose and stuff like that. I'm just giving that disclaimer because listen, I'm just saying. Um, Food is definitely a way to my heart. I struggle with the immaturity of women my age. A little girl would struggle. Drive me crazy. All right, let's see here. Working at event. Okay. I appreciate that, Mark. You always be multitasking. You be showing relationships so much love. It
What
wasn't
up,
my
Mark
fault.
Lee?
Thought I'm due for a barbershop. Heading there Thursday. Right now, look like Santa Claus. Santa Claus is all right. We like Black Santa Claus. No comment.
Facts.
A friend was eating Indian today. What's on your menu? Yes, I'm doing them turkey chops today. I'm doing some turkey chops. Need alignment in everything.
Facts.
Ages 27 to 35. Absolutely. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. I love advice I got from mom and dad, like have things in common with your other half. Absolutely. And I think that's something. Should you raise your partner? I mean, to each their own. I would say choose your equal. Whether, however that pans out. You know what I'm saying? And just question your motives. If you're trying to control, that's kind
Hmm.
of weird. I think an equal partnership is a beautiful thing. So,
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
so let's see
I
here. Oh my gosh, what were we gonna say?
I have a one that I haven't seen you pop up, but you might have it in your arsenal over there. But happy wife, happy life. Let's
I
go.
like happy
Comment Florida.
spouse, happy house. That's what I
That's
like.
me.
Happy
That's
spouse, happy
I'm all
house.
about happy. I'm all about happy spouse, happy house. But we know that's still rotating.
Hey, listen, hold on, Leah. I want to. This is the one I want. We're gonna do a couple more, and then we're gonna get out of here, y'all. Okay. So look at this one too. This one right here. Is this timeless or is this tired? Get you a ugly man or woman. They won't cheat. Timeless or
That's wild. That's diabolical. Um,
so,
you go first, Lisa.
listen, hold on. I see the comments. So I'm gonna
That's
read
right.
this again.
Ooh.
Hold on. Derek says, "Don't get the orange suit music, man. Her taste won't improve while you're in there."
Hey, it's all good. I'm standing up for mine though.
Listen, 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 listen. Okay, so let's look at this for a second. Get you a
Ooh.
ugly man, he won't cheat, or get you a ugly woman, she won't cheat. What y'all think? What y'all think? Let's see here. Tyron
And then
says that's
there's a spectrum,
tired.
right?
Mm.
There's like ugly and there's medium ugly, right? Isn't that the new thing? Medium ugly.
I've heard so much stuff. A little ugly, medium ugly, and all of that. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? But I have
Facts.
actually heard this one, and my thing is, if a person is going to leave or cheat, it don't matter how fine they are. It don't matter how ugly they are.
Hmm.
I
Facts.
say get what you want. Get what you want. You should have what you want. Because think about it. Okay, so if you're like, oh, I'm gonna get this real unattractive person, right? And then they do you dirty, then you gonna
Yeah.
feel even worse if that was
Yeah.
one of your checklists. Because it's somebody that was whole, like bottom barrel, like not even,
Yeah. Went on the
and then
list.
you get played, and so then like your
Ooh.
trauma gonna be even worse.
Facts. You're gonna need to sit on the couch every day.
Yes, yes, unattractive people cheat too.
Yeah, absolutely. That is not a golden rule. Ugly people cheat too. Absolutely. Because it might be what's ugly to you might be okay for somebody else.
Absolutely, we all ugly to somebody.
Facts. Facts.
I
I had
feel
this
like,
girl call me ugly when I was at work one day. I was like, really? Man, okay, kill my confidence.
hey, listen,
Now I'm
somebody.
playing. No, I'm just playing. It didn't kill my confidence, but I
Let's
did
look at
get
this
called
last one,
ugly.
y'all. Let's look at this last one. Then I'm gonna get out of here. Okay. Let's see here. So this last one says a man should love you more than you love him. Now I have
Mm,
heard this one. I had an
mm.
auntie that did share this, and I got a lot of aunties. A man should love you more than you love him. What y'all think? What y'all think? Timeless or tired? And we're gonna get out of here because we a little bit over time. What you think, Reese? Your baby girl, you want that man to love her more than she love him?
I think that it's impossible for anybody like equivalent, but it should be on the same wavelength. But um, yeah, I think there's some truth to that because at the end of the day, not pedestalize, but give her a lot of love, respect her,
Mhm.
and have her enough love for her where he feels that he'll take care of her like she the queen that she is, the princess. But I think it is timeless, at the end of the day. But I think both parties should love each other equally as much as
That makes
possible. Yeah.
that makes sense. Huh.
So yeah, i'm
That's
te- i'm,
what's
te-
up.
I'm teaching her, right.
I know you are. I know you are. All right, so let me do this, Reese. I'm gonna take you out of here. You know the drill. So I'm gonna take you out of here for a second. Wrap up this show because you already know them turkey chops is calling. They ready. You
Ooh,
know what I'm saying? They calling. So I'm gonna take you
sounds
out
good.
of here. Stick around. Okay.
Bet.
All right. All right. Cool. All right, y'all. So Nichelle says that's timeless, tired, but the man is head of the house. Oh, there was another one. You know what? We might have to continue this because there's a few of these that we did not get to. There's a few of these that we did not get to. But anyway, I want to thank you all for listening. Let me finish with this. I would say there should be balance, right? Um, this is tired because this is basically saying love should be unequal to be valid. Um, why it's timeless, I feel like, it aims to protect from imbalance and emotional investment. So I get that. So love to me should meet in the middle, not the finish line. All right, y'all. So with that little piece, all right, them turkey. Ooh, I some greens tonight. I need time for greens. You need time for greens. I'm just saying. Because you got to make them greens good. You feel me? You got to let them slow cook. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. Y'all know that I appreciate when y'all take time to spend with me because y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all here with me, and I will always, always, always appreciate that, right? So anyway, tonight really wasn't about dissing what Auntie and them said. We were just kind of having fun tonight too, right? It's about choosing what we carry forward with love and letting go what no longer serves us, right? That's growth, right? And that's healing. And that's what we do here at Relationship Soup Bars. Because the truth is, some wisdom truly is timeless, but so is transformation. So think about that. I mean, there are so many more of these. And thank y'all so much for sharing some of the wisdom that and advice that has been given to you. And maybe, hopefully this will plant a seed to have you look at what were you told during your impressionable years or even being this grown age, right? Because, advice is what it is. Is it serving you? Are there things that you need to change? Right? Is it complementing your growth journey? So that's just something to look at, y'all. All right, and don't roast me. Hold on. So I got called out about this last week. I ain't gonna do it this week. I know that the ending came on a little bit earlier. I ain't gonna do it this week. I'm just saying. All right. So anyway, you all, let me this affirmation, divine wisdom now guides me. I honor the past, but I'm not bound to it. I release tired beliefs and embrace timeless truth. My relationships are a reflection of the love, power, and clarity within me. Let me go ahead and share that. I like that. I like that. I'll go ahead and put that that in the thread so that y'all can have that tidbit. Oh, I see y'all comments, and I really appreciate y'all. Right. So let this affirmation resonate with you. Um, Again, share this podcast across all platforms. You should be following YouTube Relationship Soup, period, right? Relationship Soup Group. You want to follow me, it's Relationship Soup LLC. Y'all know relationshipsoup.com, right? And on IG, all you got to do is put in Relationship Soup and you'll find Relationship Soup. All right, y'all. So anyway, shout out to my mama. Thank you so much for listening. To the Grishams, my aunt Anna, my viewers. I really appreciate all of y'all for listening. Reese in the studio, Mark, Lyric, everyone. I really appreciate everyone. And so, of course, y'all know what I'm going to end with because it is just so important and it just proves true. You really got to love yourself because it starts with you, right? If you don't love yourself, how can you expect anyone else to, right? So just think about that. So anyway, until we see each other next time, peace.